Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the first intermediate grade. Our textbook is Super Goal 2 and today we will cover what do you do, listen and what is school like, listen and discuss pair work. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Agil. So let's begin. So today we will have a new unit and let's make a quick introduction of this unit and what we expect in this unit. So when we're talking about functions, we're going to talk about school subject, the people's physical traits and personality, and to talk about what our likes and dislike. As also for grammar rule, we're going to use the simple present tense, adjectives and intensifiers like very, quiet, and also adjectives that ends with ed and ing. And also for the listening practice, we're going to listen specific to exercises about specific details about different people, and also pronunciation. We're going to learn how to use the third person singular verb that ends with es. And also with reading, we're going to read about school subjects and school clubs. And finally, reading, we're going to learn how to write a description of a person and make an advertisement for a school club as a project. So all of these will be covered, inshallah, in this unit, the second unit of Super Goal 2, what is school like. So our objectives in today's lesson, that we hope at the end of this lesson you will be able to list several school subjects and also to describe different subjects and also to be able to describe people. So let's begin. First, I would like you to close your books and answer with me those couple of questions. In your school, who teaches you science? Just remember and try to remember the name of who teaches you science. What is the name of the teacher who teaches you science? Very good. Now another question. Who teaches you math? In your school, who teaches you math? What is the name of the teacher that teaches math in your school? Very good. Now, since you have remembered or learned the names of the teachers who teaches you math and science, let's now open your books on page 10 and see this interesting exercise. So on page 10, you will see a student who is sitting in front of a tree. On page 10, you will see a student who is sitting in front of the tree. That person named Carl. So I want you to have a deep look at Carl and tell me, what is Carl doing? On page 10, with the student who is sitting in front of the tree, what do you think that student, whose name is Carl by the way, what is Carl doing? Very good. Carl is holding a book, so Carl is studying. He is studying. And you can see in front of Carl there are different books that has different subjects. For example, we'll see a math book, and we'll see a geography book, a health book, and also physical education book, and also English. He learns also English, science, computer sciences, art, and history. So all of these books are school subjects that Carl and his friend studies at school. So now we're going to listen to the conversation between Carl and his friend. Let's listen. We're going to listen twice as usual. The first one, we'll try to listen without having a look at the book, just to have an idea what are they talking about. And the second time, we're going to listen and try to follow while we listen. So let's begin with the first listening.
What's your favorite subject, Carl?
History. It's interesting. Do you like history?
No, I don't. There are too many names and dates.
Very well. Now, let's listen again, and this time we try to follow while we listen.
What's your favorite subject, Carl?
History? It's interesting. Do you like history?
No, I don't. There are too many names and dates.
Very well. Now we have listened to a conversation between Carl and his friend where his friend asked him what is his favorite subject. What is the subject that he likes to study a lot, especially in school? So Carl said that I like history because history, as Carl said, is interesting. Interesting, it means it attracts him. He likes to read about history, to listen to history stories. So this is why it is interesting to Carl, the history subject. So Carl asked his friend again, do you like history? His friend has another opinion. He said, no, I don't like it because there are too many names, a lot of names and dates. So this is why Carl or his friend do not like history. So now, by the way, what do you mean by PE is physical education? It means the subject where we can practice or perform different exercises. Maybe you can play football, play basketball, and do different exercises at that classroom. So this is, and usually we use it as a PE, which is short for physical education. Now, we have listened to the opinion of Carl when he said that history is interesting. And now it is your turn to tell us about your opinion about those subjects. What is your favorite subject? Could you describe your favorite subject? And you can use these adjectives to describe the school subject that you like. So what we need to do here is we're going to choose an adjective from the box to describe each school subject. And we can compare it in a group or with a family member. So here we have the first adjective we have is interesting. The second one is fun, boring, difficult, challenging, and easy. So interesting, we said, interesting, it means that you like it, you love it, you need to read more about this subject. Fun, it means that you enjoy this subject, you enjoy doing the exercise, you enjoy having a look at the pictures. And also boring, boring is the opposite of interesting. So if you like to read it, if you like to listen more about the subject, boring is the exact opposite, that you don't like it, you don't want to read more about the subject. And here we have difficult and challenging. Difficult and challenging, maybe we can say they are similar together. But when we use challenging, when we say that this subject is challenging, it means a positive thing, that it only needs a hard work, a little bit of extra work to have or to enjoy this subject. But when we say that it is difficult, it means no matter what we do, it is difficult to understand it the way we expect it to. So this is the difference between difficult and challenging, and also difficult is the exact opposite of easy. Difficult is the exact opposite of easy. So difficult, it's hard to learn it, maybe it needs extra time, but easy, it's very understandable. We can do many exercises, we can do a lot of reading and listening to these subjects. So I picked a couple of subjects and I wrote you a couple of examples here. You can use the same example, but you can change the adjectives and the subject as you wish. So the first example we have here is, you can say, I think math is challenging. I think math is challenging. This is my opinion. You can write your own opinion. By changing the subject, choose whatever subject you have from this list, and also changing this adjectives by choosing whatever adjectives that you think suits this subject. So for me, I think math is challenging. Let's have another opinion about another subject. And I also think art is fun. Art is fun because we can use a lot of pictures, we can use a lot of colors in painting. So I think art is fun. I also think that English is easy. English is flexible, so this is why it is easy to learn. We can listen to English everywhere we would like, at home or outside of our home. So this is why I think English is easy. So you can tell your opinion about those subjects just to start with I think. Because I think, or when we start with I think, it means that you're talking about yourself. You're talking about the things that you think of. It tells to express your opinion. And change the subject, whatever subject you would like to talk to, and also change the adjective. You can use interesting, fun, boring, difficult, challenging, easy. Try to stick with those adjectives for practice. Now, let us move on to the second part of page 10, where we have also another two students talking to each other. Let's listen to what are they talking about. And as we did with the first one, the first time we listen only for listening. The second time we listen and we try to follow.
Who are your friends in school?
Well, there's Ben.
What does Ben look like?
He's tall and athletic. Wait, here's a picture of my school friends.
Very well. Now we're going to listen for the second time, and this time you try to follow as we agreed.
Who are your friends in school?
Well, there's Ben.
What does Ben look like?
He's tall and athletic. Wait, here's a picture of my school friends.
Very well. Now we have listened to a conversation between two students, two friends, talking about a picture, and they are describing the person who is in this picture. The person name is Ben, and he described it. He said that he is tall and athletic. He is tall and athletic, who likes sports and do a lot of exercises. Now, I would like you to turn to page 11. I would like you to turn to page 11. On page 11, you will see a big picture about four friends. Four friends who are wearing four different t-shirts: gray, purple, yellow, and green. And each one of them is talking about himself. So let's read the description of those different friends, and then we'll have a couple of questions about them. So the first one says, Ben is the tall boy with the blonde hair and blue eyes. He is really active. He is on the school basketball team. So this is the description of the first person. Now let us move on to the second one. The thin boy with black hair is Saeed. He runs the library club. He runs the library club. So this is the description of the second person. Now let's listen to the description of the third one, who wears a yellow shirt. The boy with short brown hair is Matt. He plays football. He is lots of fun. Now with the description of the last person, who wears a green shirt. The boy with glasses is Lee. He is an exchange student from China. He is nice and very smart. So now we have listened to different descriptions about four different people. Let's try to read them again and try to elicit a couple of information or meaning about them. So the first one, they say he is tall, has hair and blue eyes, and he is really active. He is really active. He is into sport. He likes sport. He likes to do different activities. This is why they call him active. Active. And the second one, he is thin. He is thin. It's the opposite of fat, that he is thin. And he runs the library club. It means that he is the head of this club. He makes decisions, he calls the names of the people who may join or may not join, so he runs this club. And the third one, the boy with the short brown hair is Matt. He plays football and he is a lots of fun. What do you mean by this? That he makes people laugh and people enjoy being around him. The last one is Li, that he is an exchange student from China. An exchange student means that a student who go to another country to study. That student, we call him an exchange student. So let's have a couple of questions about them. So who of these four friends has blonde hair? Who has blonde hair of these friends? Very good, Ben. And also, who wears glasses? So only one of them who wears glasses. Who is he? Very good, he is Lee. And the last one, who has brown hair? Who has brown hair? It's Matt, the one who has a brown hair. So, excellent job everyone. Now we have listened to the descriptions, and later on this unit we will learn how to describe on our own. So now, a quick check. We have an interesting vocabulary exercise. Here we have on the left, on this column, we have 4 vocabularies, and on the right we have 4 different meanings. So let's try to read each one and match it with the appropriate meaning. So the first vocabulary we have is active. What did we say the meaning of active? We said that a person who likes to do different sport and different exercises. So which of these meaning matches this vocabulary? Very good. It is B, athletics. Athletics mean he do or perform different sports activities. The second one, interesting. We said that if the subject is interesting, it means that you like it, you like to spend more time reading the subject. So which one of these meaning matches this word? Is it difficult, not boring, or intelligent? Very good. As we said exactly, interesting is the opposite of boring, so it is not boring. Smart. Here we have difficult and intelligent. What do you mean by smart? People who think properly and do a lot of mental activities, those people are smart. Very good. It is D, intelligent. And the last one, hard. Hard work, if the subject is hard, it means it is difficult. It needs extra time and extra effort to understand the subject. So here we have matched the meaning with its appropriate vocabularies. Another exercise we have, we're going to answer with yes or no about the people, Carl and his friend, and also the 4 different people we have read their descriptions. We have a couple of sentences here. We're going to read them and decide whether if they are true, we're going to say yes. If they are not, we're going to say no. The first one is, Carl's favorite subject is history. So what do you think? Did Carl say that his favorite subject is history? Very good. Yes, he did. The second one, Ben plays on the volleyball. From those 4 students or 4 friends, we have read the description of Ben. So is he on the volleyball team? Of course not. He is on the basketball team. Number 3, Saeed runs the computer club. We agreed that Saeed runs a certain club. What is it? Is it the computer club? No, of course. It is the library club. And the 4th one, Matt has curly blonde hair. What do you think? His hair, is it a blonde or another color? Very good. It is brown hair, not blonde hair. The last one here we have, Lee from China wears glasses. Is this true? Yes, it is true. So here we have answered the second exercise about the people or the students we have listened to and read about in this lesson. Now let's move on to the second part of our lesson today, pair work. So in the first part, we're going to ask and answer about school subjects. So you can have your friend, your classmate, or any of your family member and ask him about the school subject. You can have a question like, do you like math? Do you like math? And of course the answer will be either yes or no. And when you say yes or no, you must say why. So yes, it is great, I like it a lot, I like to read about it. Or you can say, no, because it is difficult, it is challenging. So when you answer, it's better to use an adjective with your answer. So you see those underlined words, you can change it with whatever subject you like. You can ask him, do you like English? Do you like Arabic? Do you like math? Do you like science? Just to have his opinion or to learn his opinion about the subject. And as we said, you can express also your own opinion. You can, after you listen to his answer, you can express your opinion by saying, I think it's difficult. You can change here the whatever adjectives that you would like to use and use it in this conversation with your classmate or your friend. Another part you can do is to ask and answer about the classmates in the pictures. So, as we can see on the pictures above on page 11, you can have a different question about them. Questions like, does Matt have blonde hair? Of course not, he doesn't. Does he play football? Yes, he does. You can also have another question. Does he part of the basketball team? Yes, of course he is. Does Lee wears glasses and he is an exchange student? Yes, he is. So you can have different questions about those for different friends. Another exercise you can do also to describe two classmates. So in your classroom or within your family member, you can describe them. You can tell us what do they look like and what are they like. What do you mean by the first question? What do they look like? It means their look, their appearance. For example, you can say, my classmate is tall. My classmate is short. My classmate has a black hair, a blonde hair. So just talk about his look, his appearance. The second question, what is he like? It means, is he funny? Is he easygoing? Is he difficult to sit with? So this is the difference between those two questions. So don't forget, what does he or she look like? Here we're going to talk about physical appearance. We're talking about the look. So this is what do you mean by this question. The other question we use, which is, what is he or she like? Here we're talking about his personality, the way he behaves. Is he friendly? Is he angry? Is he happy? Is he sad? So this is what do we mean by this second question. And don't forget to check your workbook on page 93, where we have different practices with vocabulary for school subject and adjectives to describe people and things. And now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.